She was young, talented, and rising fast. A YouTube star turned national sensation. After a concert in Orlando, fans lined up for hugs, autographs, and photos. But one man in that line wasn't there to meet his idol. He was there to kill her. In a matter of seconds, Christina Grimmie's life was stolen, and the world has been grieving ever since. Christina Grimmie was more than just a singer. She was a symbol of hope. A girl who started in her bedroom posting YouTube covers and ended up on The Voice, capturing millions of hearts with her voice and kindness.
Her tragic death at a concert venue in Orlando nearly a week ago was lost in the barrage of other violent headlines. Christina Grimmie, the rising young voice star, gunned down at a performance. New details now on those final moments that awful night, and new insights on how hard it is to keep performers safe. Here's ABC's Mara Schiavocampo.
She was the 22-year-old breakout star of The Voice, Christina Grimmie, blowing the judges away with her cover of Wrecking Ball in season 6 of the singing competition.
As we come on the air tonight, investigators are trying to understand why a heavily armed man opened fire on a young pop star just as she finished what would become her final performance. Christina Grimmie, rising to fame on The Voice, was signing autographs when she was shot.
And that's when police say a man shot her. He was tackled by Grimmie's brother, but the shooter managed to kill himself in that struggle. Grimmie died at the hospital.
On June 10, 2016, she finished performing at the Plaza Live in Florida. It was a warm night filled with excitement, music, and fans who adored her. But behind that excitement was someone hiding in the crowd, someone obsessed, unstable, and deadly. After her show, Christina did what she always did. She stayed to meet everyone. She hugged fans, took selfies, and thanked them personally. It was one of the things people loved most about her, how genuine she was. Then, at around 10:30 p.m., 27-year-old Kevin James Loibel approached her. Christina opened her arms for a hug, but instead he pulled out a handgun and fired. The crowd froze as shots rang through the small lobby. Christina collapsed, and her brother Marcus immediately tackled the shooter, knocking him to the ground. But before anyone could stop him, Loibel turned the gun on himself and died at the scene. Christina was rushed to the hospital clinging to life, but the injuries were too severe. At just 22 years old, she passed away, leaving fans, family, and the entire music community in shock. Police searched Loibel's home and found a disturbing truth. He had been obsessed with Christina, watching her online, fixating on her, and traveling from St. Petersburg to Orlando with 2 loaded guns and a hunting knife. He had no criminal record, no known threats, and no prior warnings. No one could understand why someone she had never met would travel across the state to end her life. It was the kind of tragedy that made no sense, heartbreaking, senseless, and devastating. In the aftermath, Christina's family launched the Christina Grimmie Foundation to support victims of violence and families facing unimaginable grief. Her fans, known as Team Grimmie, continue to keep her music alive. Christina Grimmie's story is a painful reminder of how fast life can change, how one moment of kindness can be met with unimaginable cruelty. But her legacy didn't end that night. Through her music, her message, and the love she shared so freely, Christina continues to inspire millions around the world. Her voice may be gone, but her impact lives on. It was supposed to be a night of heavy metal, energy, and celebration. fans packed into a small club in Ohio to hear one of the greatest guitarists of all time, Dimebag Darrell, the legendary Pantera co-founder. But within seconds of stepping on stage, chaos exploded. A gunman rushed forward, and in front of hundreds of screaming fans, history changed forever. Dimebag Darrell Abbott wasn't just a guitarist. He was a metal icon, a musical innovator, and one of the most beloved figures in rock. On December 8, 2004, he was performing with his new band, Damage Plan, at the Alrosa Villa nightclub in Columbus, Ohio. The crowd was excited, the music loud, the adrenaline high. But among the fans was someone who didn't come for music, someone who came for revenge. Built on delusions, paranoia, and a mind that had completely unraveled. Moments after the band stepped on stage, a 25-year-old former Marine named Nathan Gale rushed forward. Armed with a handgun, he climbed onto the stage and fired directly at Dimebag Darrell. The guitarist collapsed instantly as the music stopped and the room erupted into panic.
I just screamed as loud as I could and bam, bam, bam.
I just remember screaming, he's shooting something, and Vinny came off the drum riser and he's coming at me and he's going, he just shot my brother, he shot my brother.
911 emergency.
We have a shooting.
911 emergency. Alrosa Bar, please, we need help as soon as possible.
Oh my God.
911.
He came in with a gun and started shooting people.
Oh.
Gale kept shooting, targeting crew members, fans, and anyone who tried to intervene. One of the bravest was Jeff Mayhem Thompson, a member of the band's security team, who fought to stop the gunman and lost his life in the process. Others were wounded as Gale held the stage hostage, waving his gun and screaming incoherently. For nearly 5 minutes, chaos filled the club. People hid behind speakers, crawled under tables, or fled for the exits. Everything happened too fast for anyone to understand. Then Columbus police officer James Niggemeyer entered the building through a back door. No backup, no time, just seconds to act. He saw Gale holding another hostage and fired a single shot that ended the rampage. But for Dimebag Darrell, it was too late. He was pronounced dead at the scene at just 38 years old. Investigators later learned that Gale had developed a dangerous obsession with Pantera. He believed irrationally that the band had stolen his lyrics, ruined his life, and publicly mocked him. None of it was true. But in Gale's mind, it justified revenge. The tragedy devastated the music world. Millions mourned. Fellow artists held tribute concerts, fans lit candles outside the club for days. And through it all, Dimebag Darrell was remembered not for how he died, but for how he lived, joyful, talented, generous, and passionate about his fans. The murder of Dimebag Darrell was one of the darkest moments in music history, a violent act that robbed the world of a true guitar legend. But his riffs, his energy, and his legacy still echo through metal today. He was taken in a moment of madness, but the world never stopped celebrating the music he left behind. He was a rising star in Brazilian football, a goalkeeper with talent, fame, and a promising career ahead. But in 2010, Bruno Fernandes de Souza became infamous for a crime that shocked the nation, orchestrating the torture and murder of his girlfriend, a case so brutal it captured global attention. Bruno Fernandes, known simply as Bruno, played professionally as a goalkeeper in Brazil and had a growing reputation on the field. Off the field, however, his life was marked by personal turmoil and violent tendencies. In 2010, his girlfriend, Elisa Samudio, disappeared under suspicious circumstances, igniting a media frenzy. Authorities soon uncovered evidence that Bruno had allegedly planned and executed her murder, reportedly involving accomplices and a premeditated scheme. The case revealed disturbing details of coercion, violence, and betrayal, exposing the dark side of someone who had been admired for his athletic skill.
Bruno de Souza was jailed for ordering the murder of a former lover after she gave birth to his child. Her body was cut up and fed to dogs. Chester Darlington is in Brazil with more on this grisly story.
After just 7 years in prison, the Brazilian goalkeeper accused of killing his girlfriend and feeding her to the dogs is back in the game. In 2010, Bruno Fernandes de Souza was arrested. 3 years later, he was found guilty of homicide, kidnapping and hiding the body of Elisa Samudio.
Investigators found that Elisa Samudio had been kidnapped and brutally murdered, with her body dismembered. Reports indicated that Bruno orchestrated the murder due to personal disputes and threats to his reputation. Fearing Elisa's demands and the potential scandal regarding a child she claimed he fathered. During the investigation, multiple witnesses, including accomplices, testified against Bruno. He was charged with murder, concealment of a corpse, and conspiracy. The case captivated Brazil, as the shocking nature of the crime contrasted sharply with Bruno's public image as a sportsman. In 2013, Bruno Fernandes was convicted and sentenced to 22 years in prison, later extended to 30 years due to the gravity of the crime and additional findings. His career and life were effectively destroyed, leaving only notoriety in the wake of his heinous actions. The Bruno Fernandes case sparked national outrage and international attention. It highlighted the dangers of domestic violence, abuse of power, and the dark potential behind public personas. Fans and media alike struggled to reconcile the image of a talented goalkeeper with the reality of a man capable of such brutality. The murder of Elisa Samudio also led to broader conversations in Brazil about domestic abuse, misogyny, and the legal consequences for violent crimes, especially those involving high-profile individuals. Bruno's imprisonment serves as a stark reminder that fame cannot shield anyone from accountability. Bruno Fernandes de Souza's life transformed from celebrated athlete to convicted murderer. A chilling story of ambition, jealousy, and brutality. His crime remains one of Brazil's most notorious cases, serving as a cautionary tale about how power, fame, and unchecked impulses can lead to devastating consequences. Elisa Samudio's tragic death is remembered not only as a personal loss, but also as a symbol of the urgent need to confront violence against women, even when the perpetrator is someone admired by the public.